Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So I got an 8% raise, and I'm really excited to talk about this because I'm a huge fan of dividend increases. And I think not a lot of people talk about it. So I obviously we're going to go over my portfolio, but I did want to show you right over here. So I have investments in Texas Instrument, and they just raised their dividend by about 8% to $1.24 from $1.15. Now, here's what's really cool if you're not as familiar with dividend increases. All the shares that I currently have will get that new payout for having done nothing extra than just holding onto the company. And that's really powerful. Now, obviously, inflation is still pretty high. So that 8% is kind of just keeping up with inflation. But usually, when companies are doing like 8, 9% in a year and inflation's like 2, 3%, you are making a nice spread on your money. So I'm not too disappointed with the percentage. Plus, they're also doing $15 billion in buyback, especially with their stock having obviously taken a hit recently. They're going to be able to get more shares back, which then helps increase the earnings per share. So I'm really excited for that. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any companies recently do any big dividend increases for any holdings that you have in your portfolio. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. I love paying attention to this stuff. I actually follow some accounts on Twitter that will usually just give me updates on when companies do their dividend increases. But because I'm only down to 16 holdings in my portfolio, I'm down to 16. I can kind of keep up to date with which companies are increasing their dividends pretty easily. So let's take a look at my portfolio and see how it's performing. Obviously, the market right now is still pretty down. No worries though. Just more time to buy in. You can see for the day we're down about 570. If we go to the week, we're down about 4,700, which used to be a lot, and it still is a lot. But it's interesting how the percentage is obviously 5.77%, but that dollar amount is getting bigger and bigger as our portfolio continues to grow. And it's just an interesting kind of perspective to have where, going down 4,700, but in a portfolio that's, almost $80,000 is a little different than a, $4,700 drop on a $10,000 portfolio. Like it's definitely different there. So you can see here in the last month, we're down about 10,000. I did slow down in the month of, I think around June and August, I slowed down. I believe, no, June and August, July and August. I slowed down a little bit on my deposits, but then I'm ramping back up as things are kind of, taking a little bit of a hit again, just because I see the opportunity there and I want to be able to invest. So I put it in about $4,300. You could see starting value back in on August 16th, which was a month ago from this recording. It was at $84,000 in my portfolio. So definitely seeing a hit there. Obviously, we have a lot of dividends coming in right now, which is really great. So we could see some earned dividends over the last month. The quarter is actually still up in the green, which is really, really nice to see. I just love seeing these earned dividends continue to grow. And I actually want to show you a really cool thing with Home Depot that I was just doing some math numbers on because I'm a math nerd. If you hear squeaking, by the way, that's my dog. So we can see here in the last year, we're actually down about $12,000. And then in our all-time, we're actually only down about $1,800. But you can see our dividends was about $1,367, which is pretty fantastic. And it'll be great to see maybe in the next downturn in the market, hopefully in a couple of years, when the market does go down, that we're still going to be so far in the green because dividends are going to play such a huge role long-term. And obviously that's what this channel is about, is just talking about dividends. I'm not trying to do anything more than just share my journey. I'm not trying to sell people on a stock or sell people on anything else beyond just the idea of hey, just investing long term. I mean, you could see this graph. Actually, let me switch this screen over here. So you can see this graph. This is my all-time. I started with $100. I didn't put that much into my portfolio, and then as I got more comfortable, I was able to start putting more in. And then I had great opportunities to start investing in larger chunks. But I honestly I tell people this all the time. If I started today and had the money I had today to be able to invest, I would be a lot more weary because I would need to build up that foundation of understanding the market better, knowing where I want to invest in. I've been investing years before opening this account, but when I started this, I really wanted to show people that you can invest with $100 and then $10 a week or $20 a week or whatever works best for you. So just something to kind of keep that in mind when it comes to just getting started or wanting to continue. Because I know for myself, I actually watch a lot of other YouTubers that do share their portfolios as well. And I just like to hear their journey and their process and, kind of what they're doing as well too. So I mentioned something about Home Depot and what's really cool with the recent payout that I got when it comes to dividends. But before I do that, because I also do like to make sure I have money coming in so I can put more into investments. If you don't already have Webull, or you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to sign up, because obviously everybody on YouTube has talked about them forever. They are doing 12 free stocks right now. So even if you just want to open up your account, put in an amount to be able to get that 12 free stocks, sell them off, and then close the account. I don't really care. Do what you want. But like, if you can get 12 free stocks and get a couple, maybe $100, $200, maybe even more, could be honestly worth your time. So check out the link down below. That does help support me out. I mean, you get free content like this all the time, and it just lets me continue to do what I do, which is just do investments, do my main channel with True Financials, to be able to share and teach people just different ways to kind of work with their money. So let's do the Home Depot thing. I want to show you here. This is really, really cool. So I just got paid out from Home Depot recently for, actually, let me switch. Can I zoom in there? Perfect. I just want to be a little bit closer here. So on September 15th from Home Depot, I got paid out $46.13, which is, so Home Depot is like one of the biggest payouts that I get when it comes to dividends, because it's a large portion of my portfolio. They pay a nice dividend. They do great dividend increases. I love Home Depot as a company overall. My dad always took me there with him growing up. So I was excited to be able to invest in a company that I've shopped at for a long time, check them out all the time, see what they're doing, innovations, and everything else that comes along with it. But again, one of the best paying out companies as far as dollar amounts, right? So 46.13. So if we go back to my portfolio, this is, again, super cool. I really like this. I think this will show the power of just consistency when it comes to investing, because that is such a big deal. Let me go back to the month. Okay, so I just got to get this number. So I'm going to bring up a calculator. Let's do this so I don't block everything else out. I'm currently down, by the way, on Home Depot. Well, it looks worse than it is right now because I'm in my month. But so 46.13. And then I'm going to go to my all-time. So the whole time I've owned Home Depot, I've actually owned them since really early on in my portfolio, June 25th. So like a couple months into owning or to starting this investing portfolio, I added in Home Depot. I added it with $10. But again, this is how we get started, right? So you can see here, I have earned in total so far in the lifetime of this account, $185.58 in dividends. That's fantastic. Like, that's great for just owning this company. And it's obviously helping me be less in the negative with them because they're currently down. So I've been buying a lot more Home Depot, by the way, especially at their price point. I'm getting a little sidetracked, but my average price is $304 and it's currently at $275. So I've been definitely buying in a lot more. Just kind of fun fact for you. So you can see right over here, 185.58. So if I take 46.13, which is what I just got paid out from them just a couple days ago, and divide that by 185.58, because that's what I've made in total, that is almost 25% of all the dividends I've ever earned from Home Depot in one payout. Let me say that again. So 1/4 of all the money I've ever made from Home Depot came from just this most recent payout, which, they pay out every quarter. So that means every quarter it's just been growing and growing. And so the next one obviously is going to be even more than it was before. And if they do dividend increases, it's just going to continue to grow. And to me, it like kind of blew my mind. I know how compounding interest works and growth works, but it was just so cool to like plug those numbers in and be like, wow, 25% of all the dividends I've ever earned from Home Depot, I just got paid out this day or whatever day it was. And I'm like, now I can't wait for the next one because it's going to be more and it's going to be an even bigger portion of it. And, maybe by next year or 2 years from now, I'm telling you, hey, I just got paid out from Home Depot and it's, 40% of everything I've ever earned, which means I'm just getting paid out in larger lump sums because I'm still investing in them. They're increasing their dividends. Like if we go to Seeking Alpha real quick, let's clean that up here. So let's go to Home Depot. I don't think they did a dividend increase recently. So let's see here. So they did one back in February. So it won't happen for a little bit longer, but look at this. The last time they increased their dividends, making sure it's on screen here, it says they increased it by 15%. So if they do even 15% again, or let's say they even lower it down to like a 10% increase, like that is going to just be that much more coming into my pocket because I own the company. I have shares. I'm still buying in. I still believe in the company. Their books look great. So for me, this speaks volumes on what I'm trying to do here, right? I'm trying to invest even small amounts, even long term, like where I'm like, you know what, today doesn't matter. It matters in 10, 15, 20 years. Well, for this account, for this M1 account, this one does matter. At this point, I think it's like 13 years of when I want to start using this money for like other things outside of just like reinvesting. So if I'm getting 25% of everything I've made from Home Depot in this last one, I can only imagine what it's going to be like in 10 years, right? I mean, obviously, Home Depot might not exist in 10 years, who knows? But if that's the case, I would move that money around. But that's just showing you the power of investing in dividend increases. Because I already owned, remember, back in 2019. So when this increase happened back in February of 2022, I got that raise. I got that 15% raise. And, you know, for most people, you're lucky if you get 2, 3, 4% raise. Maybe if you're really good at your job, you're getting like 6 or 7%. Obviously, with inflation, it might be higher, hopefully. Fight for your income. But I got 15% raise. I didn't do anything more than just hold on to the company that I've already had. And I think we already kind of skipped it here, but right now I'm at 26 shares of the company. It was 26.33 because fractional shares are awesome. And I'm going to keep buying. I'm just going to keep investing into this company, as well as the other 15 companies that I have in my portfolio. But this is how impactful dividend investing can be if you are intentional, if you are trying to grow it long term. And hey, if you're not in the same boat as me and say, hey, I can't put in, a lot of money every month, that's fine. I didn't do that either. I started off with what I could. Home Depot, let's just go to HD right here. So I'm going to switch this over from the original deposit. I told you I put about $10 in. Then I put 20 cents in. Back then you could put in really small amounts. Now I think it's $1 in M1. And you can see here, then $1.23. And then I got my first dividend from Home Depot for 7 cents. 7 cents. And now I'm at $43 and some change. And then I just keep investing. But if I go back to here to today, I put in a lot more because I was able to, and because I also built up that confidence with the company, understood how to read, the books, how to pay attention to their quarterly earnings, looking at the company as a whole when I'm in the stores too, going to their website, paying attention to all these things that I'm just like, yes, this is a company I'm still believing in and I still want to be invested with. And if they keep bumping up their dividends, 10, 15%, it's just going to be that much more for me, that much more impactful for me, especially if I keep building my position. Because when this happened back in February of 2022, I didn't have as many shares as I have today. So if in February of 2023, they do another 15%, well, hey, that's 15% more from all the stocks and shares, all the shares that I have of Home Depot today. So very impactful, very excited for the long term on that. Don't forget, if you want to get your 12 free stocks, just check out the link down below, sign up, get your stocks, sell them, whatever you want to do with them. But then after you do that, check out this next video here on screen, because I think it's always helpful to keep on watching and learning. Also, of course, that helps me out too, but keep on learning and paying attention to investing. My name is Dennis, and I will see you hopefully in that next video.